I've been on the go like almost every day. Hasatan on my line, I need to meditate. Truman is a toy I used to elevate. Back when I was young, I used to contemplate how to stay real and never be fake. Now I'm doing real things, being great. Hungry all the time, even when I ate. Find me in the mountains in Bali. I've been on the road, not doing shows, but getting to it. This just ain't a wave, it's a motherfucking movement. Big bag of boomers, it get funky when I chew 'em. My ego might die, but these cowards didn't do it. I keep it 100 and I show my love. Papa caps sitting fat, getting shoulder rubs. I like Jay's fat, shoulder doobie love. Back in North Sac, I came up a dud. I do what I want, I do what I please. Fall till I fall on my enemies. I like Jay's fat, please don't be a tease. We be on track with a power team. I've been on the road, not doing shows, but getting to it. This just ain't a wave, it's a motherfucking movement. Big bag of boomers, it get funky when I chew 'em. My ego might die, but these cowards did. I've been on the road, not doing shows, but getting to it. This just ain't a wave, it's a motherfucking movement. Big bag of boomers, it get funky when I chew 'em. My ego might die, but these cowards didn't do it. So I'ma ride around and get high, do my Dougie while I'm healing inside. I'ma fuck around and give you ghosts. Told you I'm the future of the coast. I've been on the road, not doing shows, but getting to it. This just ain't a wave, it's a motherfucking movement. Big bag of boomers, it get funky when I chew 'em. My ego might die, but these cowards did. I've been on the road, not doing shows, but getting to it. This just ain't a wave, it's a motherfucking movement. Big bag of boomers, it get funky when I chew 'em. My ego might die, but these cowards didn't do it. My ego might die, but these cowards didn't do it. My ego might die, but these cowards didn't do it.
What's up, folks? Welcome to Denoted. Time for some pumpkin mania. How is everyone doing tonight? Let me turn this down to here. That should be right. I think the music should be right. How's everyone's week gone? I took a little week off, a little family things going on. Let's hear the music now. It's a little loud, but it'll get quieter. What's up, Funky Monk? What's up, Fitty? No reason to be wrong, but it's okay, you got it. How's everyone doing? Now it's a little quiet. Put it up to here. But anyways, we're doing pumpkin today. Gonna be a pretty good episode. I've done a lot of pumpkins. What do you mean you have no chat? But yeah, this is one of my favorite things that I originally deep dived, and so I'm excited. I have no clue what we're gonna do next week. I want to do some themed around Halloween. It doesn't look like we have anything that is related besides the pumpkin one that I threw in there. So if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see next week, throw them out there. I'm sure we could figure something out. If not, I'm gonna put one of the ones that already got done. You know, like we could do something like what we got like graham, we got marshmallow, we got like mojito, grandma's florals. So there's something we could do. But yeah, so, oh, and there goes my camera again. I gotta get a new one, man. Doesn't matter, let's switch over here, see if that, no. Video capture device, deactivate, activate, boom, back. Gonna have to do that like 50 times tonight. There we go. So, yeah, pumpkin is one of my favorite deep dives, favorite flavors to chase. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved pumpkin pie. I used to cut those 8-inch pumpkin pies in half and eat one side at a time. I just like pumpkin, man. It has gotten a little bit out of hand, which I definitely have liked, but it has muddled a lot of the pumpkin. Like, there's too many pumpkin things and they all suck. And it's kind of like, anytime you see, like, this happens a lot with cereal. It's like, all right, this is your favorite cereal, but now it's in a candy bar. Or this is your favorite cereal, now it's in a milkshake. Those always suck, and I feel like pumpkin does a lot too. Yeah, this camera is gonna piss me off. It just keeps freezing, man. Don't know why. Ever since that update, it's been really annoying. And it just keeps doing that. Oh well, you don't really need to see me. I love pumpkin flavor. That is gonna piss me the fuck off. And I don't want to have to order another webcam. I've had this for what, since the beginning of Noted? There's no reason it shouldn't work. And check the settings. It didn't do it for TMA, but for some reason now it's doing. But anyways, let's get into it. Let me just adjust my face, because really we don't need to see me. Oh god, I'm so small. So small. Put you over here. And take you. Put you over there. Try to get it as equal as possible. There we go. Beautiful. And then make you, make you big. There we go. That's what she said. And then, can I fix myself to make it more? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't tickle me. Don't tickle me now. All right, let's go. How's that look? Is that a little bit better? For some reason I'm still moving. So, all right. I'll tell you, like, at the end, I'll rank them, I guess, but we'll just go down. Because honestly, some of the more rare ones I like a little bit more than the average Joe. And I mean, honestly, out of all the flavors, like 10, especially with Denoted or Noted, the OG, like, you tend to get like a top that is kind of like most people agree with. For me, I've never, like, with a flavor disagreed so much with people. Like the top 10, I agree with like the top 3, but then after that there's a lot of rare ones that people often overlook that I think are better than like Hankson. But yeah, let's get to it. So obviously one of the best, if not, I mean it's between 2 for the pumpkin spice one. It's 2 for the pumpkin spice one. I don't know which one I like better. Pumpkin Spice by Favora is one of my favorites. Get down. Yes. Oh, well, here's some of my notes. The petition to make anything spicy really good, really strong. So yeah, I love this one. Don't use it I don't use it above like I think at one time I used it at 0.75 in like a tobacco mix or somewhere it had ridiculously a crazy competition. But I tend to use this one in the 0.5 or below. Definitely start low and then work your way up. And yeah, it is very spicy. It is very clovey to me, and a lot of nutmeg in there. Not a lot of, if you're looking at the spices of pumpkin, it's in there, but you don't have much general pumpkin flavor. But I mean, pumpkin spice is not really pumpkin. But it is delicious. It is a great additive. I absolutely love this with tobacco. That's another, like, it has like a warming sensation. Now it's not like heat or anything like that, but it definitely like makes you reminisce. Like, it gives you a very 1990s Christmas vibe, like this is like in Home Alone, the first one, not the second one or whatever. But yeah, this is a really good flavor from Favora. I love this one in combining it with eggnog by Favora. Both of those flavors are very spice forward, and then just throwing creams at it. I also like using this like with Favora pumpkin bread because it's not too spicy, and other additions. But the most common one I use is just to kind of add more spices to a mix, because a lot of these flavors are either pumpkin or just spice. Obviously this one's supposed to be spice, but it's one of my favorites. I am gonna scroll ridiculously fast and try to see. I know I made a recipe a long time ago that used it. Maybe I didn't share it. Doesn't look like. Yeah, we're years back. I guess I didn't share it. Another one that I didn't mention because it's god awful. So TPA pumpkin spice. This one, what percentage? Yeah, I did it at 3. This one is just like, for me, it's just all clove. I don't get any other kind of thing that screams pumpkin spice, as well as it just has weird off notes. Like it just has like this chemical kind of note in there, not like cleaner or cardboard or anything like that, but just kind of just weird spice chemical that I don't like, kind of like a bitterness to it. I'm sure this has its place in some recipes, but I've never been able to work well with TPA pumpkin spice. I don't think you really need it once you get Flavor West or Favora. Like those two kind of just are all you need, you know. This one, just the off notes kind of ruin it, as well as it being too forward in the cloviness, too spicy, and has that bitter note that I can't. It's almost like a rindy bitter note, but not rind, if that makes sense. The bitterness that you get from like the outside of a cucumber, it's kind of weird. I don't enjoy it. Don't recommend this flavor. And you know, a lot of people hate on TPA. I really like a lot of TPA flavors. I know we haven't been talking well about them in the last couple weeks, but they're not that bad. I think they get a lot of flack because they do make a lot of flavors that are like this, where they're not that good, but they do have a lot of good ones. Now, the pumpkin by TPA, I couldn't source. I have this flavor. I don't have this flavor, at least anymore. I couldn't source it again for the show. I did have it a long time ago and don't remember much about it, except I didn't like it, and if I remember correctly, it was just yam. But yeah, take that with a grain of salt, because it's been at least 3 years and I didn't resource it, and I tried to get it for the show because it's TPA, it's dirt cheap, but couldn't find it. Pumpkin Pie Spice Cap has been discontinued, I think, since I started DIY, or a little bit after DIY, and I just haven't been able to find any hidden spots that somehow have it, and I'm assuming it's just gone forever, but whatever. It's in a lot of recipes, but as you can see, it has 2.5 stars, so it ain't that good. Bam, back to this. So in a lot of ways, I like Flavor West Pumpkin Spice better than Favora. Now, Favora is great. Eddie, if you do timestamps, shout out to Eddie. I guess put back and forth between Favora and Flavor West, because when you're talking about spice, pure pumpkin spice, really, as you can say, CJ said Cap pumpkin spice was horrible, just like TPA. When you're talking about the good pumpkin spice, it's just Flavor West and Favora, in my opinion. There is if the name is pumpkin spice, there is other good spiced ones, but they're not called pumpkin spice. I like this one because it is a little bit easier to work than Favora. Favora can be kind of a bully, as well as when you mix with it, it can get a little bit too spicy with certain flavors, and then just not blend well. I've noticed that happen a lot with certain vanillas and custards, is it just kind of seems to be two compounds that don't want to mix together. Now, I know in reality that they are, but it just doesn't seem that the flavors mold well together. Now, if you substitute Favora pumpkin spice and put in that situation, substitute it and put Flavor West. Flavor West tends to do a lot better. Now, it is a less potent. You have to use it around 2 to 4%. I usually do around 2 to 3. And it is a little bit more full-bodied than Favora. Favora is more bottom notes with little to no top notes, whereas Flavor West, you get the whole show. Now, if we're talking about authenticity, definitely Favora is more authentic, but Flavor West's kind of take on it is very enjoyable. It's very all-around spice with all the spices in there, but it does have a good pumpkin note in there, and to me, it gives an overall more Thanksgiving kind of feel. Like, it feels more festive, and I know that's dumb, but trust me, Favora's is a little bit more jaded, a little bit more complacent. Nothing is wrong with either. It just, you have to figure out for your palate which application is going to be useful, using Favora or Flavor West. A lot of times, if I make one mix with one and I don't like it, I'll try it with the other before I axe it. But yeah, I just want to, everyone talks about Favora, and I'm a Favora fan. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Not a big fan of what do you call it? Of Flavor West. They're just not my favorite from time to time, but this one is one of my favorites from them, and I think I gotta speak up for them, even though they don't really need it. This is fantastic. But yeah, VTA bakery spice, I have had the worst luck with sourcing that for the last couple years. Every time I go to get it, I'm like, all right, it's time, out of stock. All right, now we're at VSO. One of the best pumpkins. A lot of people like it. I like it, but as you can see here, I think it needs a lot of help. It needs flavor, Favora, pumpkin spice for the spice notes. Need a third pumpkin to boost. I find, what is FF? Cliffhanger. Pumpkin or Favora pumpkin bread to do great. Use 2 to 4%. And that's kind of what it is. Now, everyone was telling me it's pumpkin guts. It's pumpkin guts. It's not pumpkin guts. It's a pumpkin with pumpkin spice. And the pumpkin that I get from it reminds me of a lot of bakery pumpkins. Not pies, but like cakes, cream pies, stuff like that. That's what I get. It's a little bit more darker than pumpkin guts, which is a very brighter orange kind of pumpkin. This is more of like the baked pumpkin. I really think this does well where others do good with brighter type of flavors. I think VSO does best with like bakeries, as I said. It does really well with certain custards, but it is darker than most pumpkins that you would get, pumpkin flavors. So like it reminds me a lot of the pumpkin that you would get in like a pumpkin cream pie, if you've had that, or if you've ever had like pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. It's kind of like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's in certain applications, it is the perfect kind of pumpkin to add, but in other situations, I think there's much better. However, I would still put it in the top, no matter what. You got to put it in the top 3. Now, there is the raw, and there is the extreme, right? The other ones were more spicy, and they were good in that aspect, but kind of took away from the pumpkin, whereas the OG seems to be a lot more balanced in that regard, and in return you get a little bit more authenticity, whereas the raw, if I remember correctly, was more spicy, more similar to Flavor West pumpkin spice, but not as spicy, a little bit turned down, and with that turned downness, you had pumpkin turned up. All 3 are good, and I think if you're pumpkin diving, you have to go to VSO for a little bit. I have a top 3, top 5 for the pumpkins, let's say. So now, disclaimer, all right, this was probably the first one I got, and I only got it from one source, so maybe if I get it from another, it might be better. But I did purchased multiple times, different times, bottles. And pumpkin pie by Hankson, and I love Hankson blueberry. Yeah, I, 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 it just doesn't taste like pumpkin to me. It does give me like a burnt kind of cardboard off note, which I'm wondering if there is that chemical or compound in that flavor that always gives me that kind of cardboard burnt note. However, this one didn't seem to be that. It just seemed to be like yummy with like a burnt note in there, and a little bit of cardboard. It didn't give me much of pure pumpkin, and just more focus on spices, but the spices seem to be off. Like, it gives me a little bit of black pepper now, so I'm assuming Hank's pumpkin pie has compounds or flavors, whatever, inside of it that don't appeal to my palate. Now, based on research on what I've seen, is it seems to be 60% of people don't get that kind of off note, and then 40%. So even though I absolutely hate this flavor and dislike this flavor, I still want to put a disclaimer: do more research upon this flavor and then make the decision for yourself, because I have seen, like, Fiddy enjoys it. A lot of people enjoy Hank's and pumpkin pie, and maybe with your deep dive this might be the hidden piece that you need. For me, it was off note central and inauthentic, so I didn't like it. Down the road, if BCF or Noms gets it, I might order it. I think Noms might have it, but it's one of those flavors where I'm like, I don't know. Even the smell of the bottle doesn't seem to be, it just seems to be a generic brown flavor smell, which I know sounds weird, but it smells like Kool-Aid made a dessert brown flavor. And it, with the off notes and the pepper note in there, it's not for me. But like I said, I always want people to take my word and build it upon others and make the decision yourself whether or not it's worth the investment. Because, every now and then it's just my palate, which is different from yours, even if we have the same palate. So, do some research. But for me, no. CJ, I haven't tried the pure pumpkin. That he released that after the whole shenanigans went on, and so I never got that. I might buy it though, but no. I know, right? I don't know how to explain it. It definitely smells brown. If you had no clue what this what this show or podcast, whatever you want to call it, was about, and you were just hearing the words and sentences coming out of my mouth, you'd probably be like, what the heck? It smells brown. It smells like Kool-Aid made a dessert version of brown. But I mean, it's true. I'll hit you up on ELR. I mean, I don't hate no one, so I could always just support them, but I don't have too much of an urge. I kind of I don't know. I'm curious to see it. I just want pumpkin guts, and I'm tired of being lied to. And I mean, I'm not being lied to, but yeah, I'll hit you up. I can see that there's like some small off. No, there's, yeah, just something's off with Hankson. Now, this one is weird because I absolutely love this one. Not everyone likes this one though. I use low, below 0.75, delicious pumpkin bread, kind of dark, not a ton of bread, but distant, works well with other pumpkins, breads, and cheesecakes. Now, this one, like I said, now, if you go to one of those farm markets, and you go to, like I was telling a story a couple weeks ago, how there was a free sample one, and I just kept taking all the free samples when I was a kid. It reminds me of that, but a little bit darker, kind of like you cooked it a little bit longer without somehow burning it. Now, the bread, the breadiness in it is kind of light. Now, it's still bread, but you don't get a ton of bread flavor within it. It's mostly that dark pumpkin bakery taste that you get from pumpkin bread. So I don't expect like a dense cake out of this. It's more kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, you get more you get more pumpkin flavor out of it, and you know it's pumpkin bread, but there's no, I think the problem with this mimication, I made up that word if it's not real, the mimication of doing pumpkin bread is the texture can't be mimicked. And I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm making up 2 words. Okay, mimicking. Okay, so I think you can't reach that perfection of pumpkin bread, but this is definitely one of the closest flavors to reaching it. It's just delicious. Now, the dark nature of it, it's a little bit darker than I would want, so you have to kind of brighten it up. But for me, compared to Favora pumpkin spice, this one's a lot easier to mix with. It's really good with VSO and Fairy's Finest, and then you can add more spice if you want. I typically add eggnog instead of pumpkin spice because it has a little bit of cream in it, a little bit. But yeah. Hey, Muth. I am going to mention Favora Yam. Please don't let me forget. We can do Brie at the same time. I don't care. But just remind me. Hey, Neil. Hey, Moothy. Who else? Thanks for joining, everyone. But yeah, pumpkin bread, for me, one of my favorite. I put it in my top 5 now. Call me crazy, I just love it every time I mix with this, and it is a focal point and not an additive within the mix. It just makes me reminisce about, you know, old times where I was eating pumpkin bread. This processed crap you get at Giant, Safeway, Shoppers, whatever, it's just not the same. It's decent, but homemade pumpkin bread where it's just so soft and it's not dry, it's just hard to explain. Some people do get a dry note off of this. I don't. I absolutely love it. I do not have this one shot. I have never ordered from Canada to source this. I'd never seen this when I went to Liquid Barn. I didn't see this. And then this show made me order this. I had this a long time ago. I do have notes now. Stop. There you go. I had this a long time ago and I just totally forgot about it. Pumpkin Spice Cream by OS DIY, One Stop DIY, is really good for what it is. This one is more focused on the pumpkin spice side and has a light cream in there. It's not a dense cream like, you know, you're getting like a crème anglaise or a custard or something like that, but it's definitely in there. It's a creamy, it's not light to the point of like a whipped cream. I would say it's more, I don't know what's in between, like what's not as, like a mousse almost, kind of like it, how it's like, it's got density, but then as soon as you put it in your mouth, giggity, it dissolves. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It's a very fluffy, light cream in there. However, the pumpkin spice is just right with it. This one seems to be, and why I got it again, is it seems to be a perfect additive for like a pumpkin spice latte, or adding it to a cream pie or cream cake, whatever you call those, what do you call it? The rolls, cream rolls, whatever. It is really good. It's been so long, so what is the percentage that you're supposed to use? It seems like around 5. I remember back when I was using it in 3 in the mix, and I single flavor tested it as 5. I'm alive, so that seems to be good. So I'll talk crap. That pumpkin cookie by what is that skate shop looking juice company called? They're from Pennsylvania. Can't remember them right. Sad Boy. And that one was weird. Not weird. It's just not that good. Because it was a good cookie. But I didn't get much pumpkin out of it. You know what I mean? That was why I entered the DIY. There was a lot of things I You know, there was a lot of strawberry flavors that the recipes and the e-liquids disappeared, so I really wanted that again. And then Honeydew Chew by Twist, the flavor, the recipe changed, and I was like, no, I need to find what it is, and I still haven't found it. I think the flavor, it probably was innerware and now it's gone. And a pumpkin was one of those. Every time I had a pumpkin, I was like, or a mango, that was another huge one. Besides squeezed mango, just regular mango ice, every time I got a mango, it just tasted like tropical sweetness. It never tasted like mango. And the same thing for pumpkin. I never got anything. And Sad Boy was the same thing. It was more like a allspice, whatever you want to call it, cookie. Which, I mean, within its right, it is good and was good. But I was like, I want pumpkin. Like, what the heck? Anyways, that's my tangent. Yeah, OSDIY pumpkin spice. Recommend it if you can. You can go, One Stop DIY, and you can go right here, and this is their website. They have their own, so you can show them support, and they have 30, 120, 16 in gallons. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times you go to these places and you buy the 30s and they're like $5, but look, they're $4 here. And then you can even get the 120s for $10, which ain't that bad considering that most of these are, you have to use a little bit more percentage, but they're very most of your recipe is done. You just have to customize it to how you want. Like, except this succulent strawberry right here is so, no one talks about it, but that is one of the syrpiest, the juiciest, the jammiest, the brightest, the best strawberries you can get. It's a very dominant strawberry. We are going on a major tangent, but who cares? Butterscotch malt, that was in the malt episode. I think I liked it. But these, you just kind of add to a lot of these, like the old time root beer, you just fill it out however you want. But yeah, that was my tangent right there. Pumpkin Spice OSDIY. Make sure to support these companies that are still around, Bull City Noms, One Stop DIY, all these people. Shout out to them. Where were we? We were right here. I don't have it. Alright, I have 2 from Flavor Revolution. I don't know if we should go over it. But I mean, if you somehow have this flavor, then yeah, you should go over it. Hook this up to the charger. Boop boo doo doo. There we go. Alright, sorry. So pumpkin cake from Flavor Revolution, RIP. I'm pretty sure Fiddy, help, I need your help. Fiddy would know, so he will eventually hopefully chime in and he'll tell us all about Flavor Revolution's demise, rebranding, or evaporation, whatever happened to them. I'm sure he knows, but I think they're gone. I remember around the Nick River days, them going like evaporating. Pumpkin cake. And another one, we'll get to it eventually, I believe it's pumpkin pie. Both are decent within their own way now. If we're talking about pumpkin, maybe not so much. This is more focused on the cake with a little bit of pumpkin. It should be called cake with a little bit of pumpkin. Or a little bit of pumpkin with cake. Or cake, if it was like SSA, cake pumpkin type. Or something like that. Pumpkin type cake, I don't know. Organic pumpkin cake. But it's more focused on the cake side. It is a good cake. It's kind of like, if I remember, it's been years, I apologize, but I think it was like a vanilla or like a yellow cake with a little bit of pumpkin, and it's more pumpkin flavor, not too spicy, but it was pretty good. It just wasn't exactly what you would think during a pumpkin cake, but however, it was good. They also had a delicious flavor, strawberry cantaloupe, and I got 120 of it. It's really good once you get out the floral steep. Where are we? Pumpkin candy. This will be quick because it's not a pumpkin. It's just candy corn, and it's okay. It's like melted candy corn. There's no density to it. It's just kind of the syrup or juice. Not bad, but like you don't you know, the in reality, the real pumpkin candies don't taste like pumpkin either, so they're just pumpkin shaped. So it's kind of like one of those wrong name ones. You never heard of Flavor Revolution? That was probably, I mean, I don't know before my time, but their high rise or whatever probably was the time you were out of the game, and then their demise happened before you came. I mean, their demise had to be what, 3 years ago now. But anyways, long story short, Wonder Flavors pumpkin candy is candy corn, no pumpkin. It's good in its own way. I absolutely like it. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah. Give me 1 second, make sure this is an emergency. Where's my mic? Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. But yeah, just candy corn. Nothing wrong with it. Pretty good. Like it with brown, those caramel candies. That's what is really good. Pumpkin pie, nicotine river. Okay. Well, this one, I don't know. Maybe you can get it at Nick River. This one's not too bad. Maybe I confused it with Flavor Revolution. But pumpkin pie nicotine river is pretty good. It's not really a pie, or I get more of like almost like a biscuit, or like a very soft cookie, very, some kind of thing. It doesn't give me much graham out of it. It does give me a decent pumpkin, no guts, but it does give me a decent pumpkin flavor, just general flavor with a good amount of allspice that it comes from it. Nothing wrong with it. Hard to source now. Probably can only get it in a gallon or whatever. But it is decent. It is, if I remember right, 3% is what I would use it at. Yeah, 3 to 4. It is decent. It is not that bad. You definitely would have to, I wouldn't say fill it out because it does have pretty good body, but you would definitely have to add stuff to kind of make it what you would want. Like I would personally add more pumpkin flavor, not spice, but flavor to it. Maybe Favora pumpkin bread to add some density to it. And then I would definitely add graham because it doesn't, for me, at least give you a lot of graham or crust, but doesn't give you the guts as well. Yeah, kind of like a pumpkin spice cake. Not too bad. Apparently you're not supposed to vape this one, just heads up. Yeah, contains oil. Yeah, so I never got that. Pumpkin spice triple O I don't have. I have another triple O. Pumpkin velvet, don't have that. Pumpkin pie. Don't have the grape and pumpkin fudge. Fairy's finest. What else is there? Pumpkin raw, we already did. I didn't get this one. I got this one. We already did Fairy's finest. Cheesecake. The pumpkin pie, no. Lost Cabin, couldn't find it. Pumpkin spice, what? They have that. Alright, so it seems like that is all. We have 3 more. I don't have the latte. So it just seems like the what? We were just talking about Hamskum pumpkin pie, yeah. So now the last yam. There's another one, right? No, just the yam. Let's get the yam out of the way just because that ain't fun. So one of the key additives to key in quotation additives to make like a very authentic pumpkin is yam. It does work in certain situations, but I don't think this is like the solution to juiciness how Inawera cactus was, you know. Like, I don't think this solves 99% of the problems. I think it solves a good chunk. It does do a good job of adding that organic, natural flavor that pumpkin has, even pumpkin guts. Like, it does very well. It can get a little bit cereal, like, gives me a little bit of can't remember the cereal, what is it, oaty kind of vibe. I don't know how to explain, at high percentages, so be careful. And it can get a little bit too yammy. However, what sucks about this flavor is, like, I would love to make candied yams, and unfortunately it's just not, it's unsweetened, by the way. There's no sweetness here, because I mean, it's a yam. So you kind of have to make sure you add sweetness. If you, a lot of times this is the perfect additive for tobacco pumpkin if you wanted to do that, because I like doing that because there's no sweetness, so you don't overly sweet. You can control the sweetness how you want. I think it is a very good additive. If we take a look here, CJ uses it 1.2 with other ingredients that don't even have pumpkin. And so, oh well, this is more like a yam pie, I guess. But as you can see, it's a very versatile flavor. You know, not a lot of people have it, of course. I got it as a sample from back in the day when Favora used to sell their packs, and I got a pack on there, and they sent three free flavors, and one of them was yam, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do? And I did research on it, and yeah, it is very effective at being a good additive for pumpkins. Yeah. So another one. So I got this one. I haven't worked with it much. So I got this one because during the last Noted's pumpkin, ID10T got Nature's Flavors, but he only got the pumpkin, if I remember correctly. So I got the pumpkin pie because I couldn't find any research, any information on it, so I figured I would give it by. It's not that bad. It's a little bit more focused on spice. Where is the bottle? Hi, come here. So I did get it in a kind of like sketchy bottle from DIY and it's more focused on the spice. It's more focused on the spice, and it has a little bit of kind of like a sweet. It has kind of like a sweet pickle taste to it without the pickle. You know that sweet pickles that are shitty? It's kind of like it has like a weird kind of sweetness to it. And it's all spice. There's no kind of crust to it. It's a light gram. But I don't know if I overshot it. I did it at 3%, and I got this like a week ago. And I might have overshot it because it says here to do 1%. And Nature's Flavors tends to be in that 1% range. So I think I might have overshot it. And CJ, I highly recommend Nature's Flavors. Now, I highly recommend you do research because some suck, of course, but every company sucks, you know. But I've ordered 15 of their flavors somewhere, 13, 15, somewhere around there, and I like every single one. Like the pancake's good, ginger's good. They had some candy, some red candy that's good. They have a bunch of flavors that I like. This one, I didn't have as much time to fully work with it, so it is more, from what I got, more focused on the spice and has this like sweet, like I said, like pickle. It reminded me of like pickles, like sweet pickles. Without the pickle, just the sweetness that it gives. Kind of earthy, you know what I mean? and little to no crust, which is a common problem with these pumpkin pies, is they just kind of forget the crust. Yeah, not that bad, but I wouldn't lose hope on it. You know, I want to try more. A very kind gift. I knew this one was super strong before I mixed and started this out. This is Session. Smelling like this was like, smelled like it was going to be an interesting one. It's not like any pumpkin pie I've tried to date. The pumpkin was actually very good, and the pie was seemingly lost in the mix, like I said. Behind an almost bitter, earthy note that carried through the entire. Sweetness was low on the scale, and there was some spice, but it was definitely hard to identify. This is possibly perhaps the earthly bitterness I could have got. Yeah, it's funny, we get kind of the opposite. I don't get much pumpkin from it, and he gets more of pumpkin, and I get more spice. Yeah, it's more focused on the spice. It's not bad, but I prefer Flavor West or Favora. But I'm still intrigued to work with it more and try to see if I can mask it. I think 3 might have blown it out a little bit. I just kind of mixed it right away when I got it because I was short on time. So maybe 1% would be better. And since it's Nature's flavors, I should have done that to begin with. But also, like I said, I like their flavors, so I think it would be pretty good. Who knows? Wait, that's not what I wanted. Who knows though? I'll have to work with it more. Alright, so one of the few one-on-ones that I got because of all the research I did, you know, they're rated high, but yeah, maybe I should get the other ones. I just had a hard time sourcing them, and I always thought, that's too far. I always thought it wasn't worth it, like I wouldn't like them. And I totally forgot they have like 87 of every flavor. And this one was good. Pumpkin spice cheesecake 101. Very slept on. Very light cheesecake. You know, you're not getting much cheesecake here. For me, it is just a pumpkin spice graham. And I like it a lot. 1 second. I'll be right back. I have to kill a spider. Sorry, spider went down. Second round. Made a good run for it. Where were we? Pumpkin spice cheesecake. So yeah, it's definitely a pumpkin spice graham. That's what I get out of it. I don't get much cheesiness from it, or cheesecakiness, whatever's the proper term. But it's good within its own way. The spice out of it is great. It's not too spicy in the regard of like sharp. It's just well balanced in the spice. Very bakery spice. And then the graham, pretty good. Now, I don't get much cheese out of it. You know, a little bit of generic creaminess in it. This to kind of soften it up. I really like this in a lot of mixes. I have mixed with it before. I thought I released it What? I didn't? Okay, maybe I didn't. We will look for it though. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I've mixed with it before. Was it good? Was it bad? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Thanksgiving 22, pumpkin time. These are old recipes. See, there's that combo I told you about. Combos. This is way too much pumpkin. No, not way too much. Wait. No, I'm filling out VSO. I guess I never released a public one. This was 2 years ago. I lost this one. No, I went straight through it, I think. But it's a really good additive. I enjoy it as soon as I get back to it. But like I said, it isn't authentic to its name. There's like little to no cheesecake in it. I live in a basement. I see hundreds of them, so don't worry. I only did that because usually I put them in the sweeper and then put them outside. But if I didn't do that, I have someone that would not sleep the entire night. I mean, that's more common in India, I believe. That's the most common one. But here, you don't have to worry. Though, we do technically eat one a night, they say. I don't know. Pumpkin spice cheesecake. Pretty good. My favorite... What? Well, then what... I have this. Well, which is the right one? What is the right one? I don't. Oh, whoops! I'm in the totally wrong spot. Flavor list. Oh, can't. Oh. Okay. That's weird. Okay, so this is the right one. Pumpkin, fairy finest, or fairy's finest. Now, opposite to nature's flavors, most of the fairy's finest that I've gotten has been terrible. They're like anti-decadent vapors. But no, we're going over it right now. I've deep dived. Now, when I saw ID10T rank it at number 6, he said some choice words about it. I believe it wasn't like a perfect flavor for him. But when he put it number 6, I was like, huh. I was like, maybe this is. For me, this is the pumpkin guts that most people are looking for. It is the most orangest pumpkin, and it is the most closest to pumpkin guts. Now, it isn't 100% pumpkin guts. It doesn't have as much density as pumpkin guts, but it is definitely kind of like you somehow blended up pumpkin guts, even though it's technically already blended, but kind of it's lost its density. It is delicious, but super potent. I enjoy this. Closest thing I've tried to pumpkin pie guts. Potent. Haven't tried pushing above 1%. 0.7 is the average. Have I released a recipe? Pumpkins in March. I remember this one. This one was good. Very simple. Simple recipe here. But I enjoyed it. I did push it above 1.5. And I survived. Haha. I haven't tried it above 1. Can I? Oh, I can't edit it here. Okay. Then I'll edit it here. I haven't pushed it above 1.5. Generally, if you are filling out a recipe, I would recommend using this 0.5 to 1, or it might be a little bit too pumpkiny. However, this one I think is the closest right now, without trying the other ones that I haven't. This is the closest thing for me to pumpkin guts. It matches the brightness that pumpkin guts has, and compared to pumpkin pie, not pumpkin pie, pumpkin cake or pumpkin bread, it has the brightness that pumpkin pie is supposed to have, or pumpkin guts is supposed to have, excuse me. It also tastes very close, or as close to my palate out of all the ones tonight. It's the closest to actual pumpkin, sweetened pumpkin, not the pumpkin guts within actual pumpkin, but pumpkin guts within an actual pumpkin pie, which is the best pumpkin out there, period. I don't care. But it matches that pretty close. I think it is definitely the hidden link to that. It is very, now I have tried it on its own. It does okay, but nothing wrong with it. I haven't tried it enough on its own to see if it's a standalone. I've always add like spice to it typically, but this one works very well with others, and it is a great additive and booster. So what I tend to use is either use it as a base and build around, or I take it and use it as a booster to like say, hey, I'm not getting enough pumpkin out of this, I'm just getting pumpkin spice. I use it and that seems to work. I love this flavor. I'm going to mix with it more in the next couple weeks. I'm really curious to see how it does in pods. I've always used it in high wattage vapes, so I'm very curious to see how it'll do at low wattage. But yeah, I always enjoy this one. It is very bright, doesn't need much of a steep. I will say, you know, at least like 3 days, you know, the first couple days it is more spicy, and then it starts to blend out and become just kind of gutty. Just creating all words tonight, new language tonight. Highly recommend this one. I think you can only get it at what is it, DIY Vapor Supply or whatever. I think that's the only place you can get it right now. Maybe Noms, I don't know, but definitely my favorite, and I recommend it if you are absolutely like deep dive in pumpkin, or you are soul searching for guts. But I would say let's make a list. How about that? No, stop clicking. There we go. Can I get pumpkin? Oh, I didn't. Pumpkin. So I would say I'm gonna have to go top 5. So let's see. So my top 5. Number 5. By the way, just this is top 5 flavors I like. Not necessarily authentic to pumpkin, but just flavors that I like. There might be a little bit. I would say I can't find it right now, but where did it go? Pumpkin, no, that's not it. But Triple O pumpkin spice cheesecake, I really like. Not really matching the name, but I absolutely love its additive features. I would say that's number 5. I would say VSO number 4. OG. I would say number 3. This is getting hard. Number 3, pumpkin spice over surprise. And then I'm gonna go pumpkin spice Flavor West. I like, it's just a little bit, I like both in their own ways, but I think pumpkin spice is more versatile in its friendliness, which slightly gives it a boost. So number 2, I'm gonna go pumpkin bread, just for the simple fact that the it's just pure reminiscent, and it's just pure childhood without the dittiness, and it tastes really authentic to a pumpkin bread, as close as it can be without mimicking those textures. And I think it's really good at adding more pumpkin and more density of pumpkin to a recipe. So I'll put that at number 2. By the way, these top 3, Flavor West, the 2 Favoras, and Fairy's Finest, you could flip them around and I'd be all happy. And then number 1, without a doubt for me, well, not without a doubt, I mean, I guess without a doubt, is Fairy's Finest. I think those 5, pretty solid. You can add a couple others to it, and kind of, you know, it's a very subjective niche flavor, but one of my favorite. There is no pumpkin seed flavor. However, if you can somehow mimic the seed, I would go with the Favora pumpkin spice. If you can somehow get that seed though, I don't know how you're gonna do it. I believe Jungle Flavors has some kind of seed. Sesame seed maybe? But sesame seed, I don't know. What is the most pumpkin-y seed? There's only like... Yeah, was there anything else I missed? There's Xmas pie, that's not it. I think yam is the only one. Yam is the only one that you need to search besides pumpkin. Can you make a list in the comments? Are you talking to me? So what was it? 5 triple O pumpkin spice cheesecake, 4 PSO pumpkin OG, 3 Aurora pumpkin spice, 2 flavorless pumpkin spice, 1 pumpkin berries fine. Oh, whoops, berries fine. Boom. Alright, so now we need to figure out next week what we gonna do. What is the most let's see. There's grandma's florals. Cinnamon, that would be a good one. Start a poll. Next, what flavor should we do next week? I keep forgetting to do these earlier. So cinnamon is definitely one we could do that is centered around I already did all the cheesecakes. I don't have enough. I don't have enough of those. Yeah, we're running out of the list. Oh, whoops, wrong one. What is a did Denoted do Noted DX, we did apples. We did apple bakeries, I swear. Did we do other apples? We did no. Denoted. Let's see. Jeez. Let's see. I swear we did an apple one. Okay, we didn't do just plain cinnamon. We did everything cinnamon. I don't know what else we would have. I could just go over all the cinnamons. There was an apple. We do apple. Can't I just do control fine? Won't that work? So we didn't do an apple. I swear we did an apple. Where's Sam when you need it? Oh, sorry. Oh, I don't have like a link or anything. It's all me doing this. All me. That's why it's done. You know? I ain't perfect. I definitely don't have the money that these other producers have. or the time. I don't know if I mean, I have a full-time job. I don't know if they do. We, I swear we did Apple Bakery. I swear we did Apple Bakery. But I guess we didn't. Yeah, I mean, we could do, I got enough where we could do apples. Just a whole episode on apples. What's another pumpkin-y October thing? What is October foods? Berries. Pumpkins, apples. I mean, we definitely gotta do like an apple type thing. You know, it's Halloween. Candy? Apple candy? We didn't do that. If you search Apple, DIY or Die, Noted DX. Nothing. They did Apple Bakery before we came on. But if I was to do apples, since it's just me, I would just do all the apples that I have. Which is a pretty long show. Probably about, I guess, 30, 40 apples. I don't know. Never counted. Let me check. Let me add just nutmeg, cardamom, and chai. I don't have. I mean, I have probably 5. Halloween candy October. Rhubarb. We already did rhubarb. I like rhubarb in real life. So let's see, we got clove, cake batter, not a lot of those. Pina colada, marshmallow, vanilla ice cream, plain cheesecake, graham, ginger, chocolate cake, black licorice, gin. You already did those. Sponge cake, champagne, white yellow B-Day cake, floral and herb mix, mojito, fruity cakes, grandma's florals, brandy and liquor. Wine, spice mixes, mescalini cocktails. What do you think? Yeah, I got cinnamon and apple or 2. What would be the most? Yeah, that's a good one. There's not much, but I have all eggnog. We have to combine eggnog with something. What could we combine it with? What is related to eggnog? Wow. Oh, coquito. We could do. No, I mean, what is similar to eggnog? This is eggnog is used to cheer on the holidays. What could we combine with eggnog? I only have one horchata. The horchata, I think it's TPA. What do you mean? That is how you spell horchata. Are you confusing me? Yeah, right? So what's one more that could go with horchata? Flan. What is a milk beverage? It doesn't matter. We can always add a third. Let's start it. Before people leave, I need to figure out. So 6 of you are picking next week. work. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, this is. Oh, we're just one vote. But yeah. Also, while we're here, we can go over a mix that I made recently and talked on Just Mix It. I will go over it again once I do the next Just Mix It. This was really good for a couple days, about a week and a half. Then after 2 weeks, it starts to get kind of muddled. Nothing wrong with it, just not as pina colada-y. It just becomes kind of a blended mess. So if you are to mix this, I would recommend mixing a batch that will last for about, I would say, 7 to 14 days. It's kind of got that that mango sticky rice vibe, you know what I mean, where you got to use it before you lose it. Yeah, so it is good. I did enjoy it. After about a week to 2, that's where it started just losing its pina colada vibe. Yeah, so I think how I could fix it is, well, that I'm doing a mango DC right now from Flavor Art. That seems to do well, so I could substitute that, but I think I gotta boost the pina colada Brazilian special. I think what is steeping out is the lassi, so I think replacing the pineapple lassi would be a good start. I also think switching out Thai for sugarloaf would be the smart bet, and then maybe pushing the pineapple coconut to 2.5 or 3. But that seems to be the common issue. The straw nana, I didn't really get much out of it, but I think it's adding creaminess, but I don't know if I really need it in there. The papaya is fantastic in there, and the mango is fantastic in there, so they're doing their part. The mango and papaya last the longest, but I really want the pina colada base here, which is a fantastic base for the first 10 days or whatever, but I really want it to stand out more. You guys are killing me. 33%. We got a 3-way tie for next week. We're doing cinnamon, apples, eggs, and eggnog, and horchata. But yeah, this one was not that bad. But yeah, like I said, kind of disappointed me. Right now, what I did when I'm on is waited so long, which is this, which is not that bad. It's not that bad, but the mango papaya is what I taste the most with the apple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost the cherimoya, because I can push that all the way to 3, and keep the maybe move it to 2.5, because I wanted these two to be the main focus, and they were, but now it's starting to blend a little bit too much, which is not fine. I just want these 3 and these 2 to kind of work together versus just, it seems to be like, it seems like the Anton and the Sugarloaf and the papaya are overpowering everything else. So I just gotta work on the balancing. I really love papaya SSA, like instantly love SSA. Papaya Wonder Flavors was originally my favorite, but it needed a steep. The first couple days it's just god awful, but papaya SSA does not need a steep. It's fantastic through the steep, and at lower percentages, because I'm not really blasting it at 1.75. It does wonders. It lasts a pretty long time. I'm very curious to see how far I can push it, 2.5, 3.5, whatever. Because it does very well in mixes. It holds up over 2 weeks. It shows up. It's very relaxed in the essence that it works well with others, and I think it's a fantastic new flavor from SSA. If I remember correctly, that was my favorite release from them. So yeah, that's a new flavor that I recommend if you can get them. I ain't gotta break up shit. I ain't gotta. It's a lot different when it's just me, man. I go over like one flavor every 3 minutes. There's no pumpkin in this one. We could go over my recipes that have pumpkin in them. I don't know. I don't release a lot of them because I don't think they're amazing. Oh, I only have one. There is black pumpkins. Whatever happened to black pumpkins? There it is. This one was good. Very simple. This was a long time ago. I would love to redo it. I would substitute FA and VSO. I would do weird. You know what I would do? Before a pumpkin bread, Very Finest Pumpkin. I had a caramel macchiato or caramel latte, something by Perillium, because they got a lot of good ones. Brazilian coffee, lower it to 1.25. Pumpkin spice flavor West, boost that mo up to 1.5 or more. That's what I would do. But need some time to steep, definitely. Yeah. Cause like if you look, I have a lot of recipes, but I didn't think any of them were good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's go to last year's. That time of the year, I did this, and I liked it, but none of them are like. None of the like I like it, but I not around, not proud enough to like share it. Like I don't think other people would go crazy. This was one I wanted to do. I don't know if I even did this, but I put it here because eventually I'm gonna do a combination of apple filling. Probably do that on some kind of just mix it. Who knows? What? You made me click away, you prick. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, the cappuccino is what I was thinking. I was thinking that too, because that had some vanilla and buttery notes. Espresso raw. Espresso raw would be a good one. I just like Brazilian because it's black. That sounds weird, but yeah. I think, could create one. What did I even mix before that? Oh, the grape. This one was good. I enjoyed it. Apples and eggnogs in the lead. Please vote. I'm surprised. I thought cinnamon was gonna win. Hey. Are you the Neil in chat? What am I missing? Do butterscotch cake. Oh, I can make this. This looks good. Very simple. Like it. Oh, whoa. Not as simple as I thought. You rocking with 10% butterscotch cake. But that thick. This is gonna be thicker than your mother in July. No comments. What else is there about pumpkin? Yeah, you don't remember this? See, you guys never pay attention, man. You never pay attention. This was y'all's. Yeah. Episode 2. See, what I do, Sam, is I create the recipe so it can be shown as you're going through it, and then I put, if you watch the show, and so I randomly will type, like a lot of times, like let's see if I can find one. I do it a lot with Fitty, #TMA. So let me go back a couple weeks. Where's Fitty? #TMA. One of them. No, that's Linda. Was it this one? I think it's this one. Bitty Bo Bitty got big old bitties. I just literally typed it live and no one notices. Yeah, I do that all the time. You don't pay attention. Yeah, so that was y'all's recipe. I might not be good at DIY, but I make really good flavor names. Or recipe names or whatever. Please vote. We got 7 votes. And it's a tie. I might have to end it and then do apples versus eggnogs and all that. I think if it stays a tie, I'll go with eggnog and horchata because it's more focused around. And then I could do red apples and then green apples. But I don't know. 99 Sam. Let's see. Oh yeah, I could technically vote. Yeah. I could vote if I want. I could vote. Let's see. Like, what should we do in November to keep it themed? I think we should just focus on desserts. I mean, that makes sense. Me going through emotion, feeling golden. Cinnamon. I feel like these are going to be the next few weeks anyways. Because even though I'm following the schedule, which by the way is dwindling, especially with the fact that like Odie split up the cheesecakes and then I did them all in one go. So it's a little bit different, I can do 3 episodes in one because there's 3 less opinions, or 4. So I think, I don't know what I'm going to do when the schedule dwindles. I'll probably just stop. I'll probably do what I'm doing now. Yeah, gingerbread is another good one. But I don't have an abundant, I wouldn't say, I got a good, I would say probably 8, maybe 10, but I don't have every single one, That's what worries me. It's if I do kind of switch over to a viewer's request type format, the problem that's going to be with that is it's going to lead to flavors that I might not have been able to thoroughly deep dive. But it's also getting to the point where, I should do something like a Cherry Moya episode or whatever. An episode of some where I don't want to say specialize in it, but I mean, I know custard apples top to bottom, and I've used them so many times, so something like that. But eventually It's gonna have to switch over to that. Yeah, I mean, Caps is good. But you know, ow, there's plenty of other. I mean, and also with gingerbread, I would include ginger. Like, if you want ginger, you gotta have Nature's Flavor ginger. That's like the best ginger. That's one of the best flavors. Ginger, Nature's Flavor ginger, what I use it most is with grape. It does wonders with grape. At least for my palate. It gives you that earthy, natural taste. Shane O'Mac, please, but up there. Oh, damn it. Yep. Pick. Whoever you are, you keep going back and forth. But you went with eggnog and horchata, which makes sense. There is only one horchata. I believe there's only one horchata. I don't know. Also, by the way, horchata, every time I spell it, I'm just like, nah, that's not how you spell it. Horchata's smooth. What? Crap. Why am I typing arms? I don't think there's a way in hell that Europeans would have horchata. That's more of an America's thing, yeah. So now I gotta figure out which horchata do I have. I thought I had TPA or Cap. I have Cap. So maybe I need to get, ooh, always fun. Maybe I should get that. And then the other one they have is Cap. Do I need anything from? I mean, I could get the new flavors. They're supposed to have Rose coming soon. Now the naturals were not supposed to vape, right? I could also do that. I could get the cherry mascarpone and the meringue. That. What's agave nectar again? That was one-handed, by the way. Plant. Well, I know it's a plant. James Mocha-nated is. Well, what's the taste? What's it called? Nectar. Nectar. Agave nectar. Probably saying that wrong. Agave nectar has a unique flavor that's smooth, sweet, smooth, and slightly earthy with notes of vanilla and caramel. Wait, that's it? Wait, what? What? Oh, I must be on, yeah. I was about to say, what? Thought they had more than 5. I can tell you straight off the gun, this is good. Raisin, curious. Blue raspberry bean, I don't know. Honeydew, I'm always deep diving honeydew. I ain't that many flavors though. Alfonso. Where's the pack though? I can't get the pack. Where's the pack? Is the pack out of stock? Alright. So the only one I don't really care about is the sour pink. Caramel dark, I don't really care. Agave, I don't really care about jelly beans. It's the honeydew. I want that. I want that. I want that. And maybe I want that. I feel like that might be good with backos. So maybe I don't want horchata yet because I don't have enough. Yeah, I need to get more horchatas. So maybe we should just do apples. And I'll split it up into 2 weeks where it's apple red and apple green. So I'll just end it here because I don't want to disappoint the horchata people. And honestly, I kind of want to do a horchata deep dive. Not a deep dive, but I want to get horchatas. So it would probably be just cheaper to get the flavor pack. I'm assuming 1683. Let's do math. How many is there? There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. It costs 1683. 1683 divided by 9 is 187 per for 10. And then that's natural. Each one is 199 for a 10. So it's 10 cents cheaper to get that. So I guess I'll do that. Oh, yeah, okay, good. You're still watching. I don't know why the poll didn't show up or whatever. So new arrivals, we're gonna add the cart, and then let's search horchata. Okay, not horgaga. Alright, we're gonna choose the option. Try that. Continue shopping. Smooth, creamy taste of Mexico's cold, milky beverage. So what is that? A cogita? Whatever. And then we're gonna get this just because I don't know if I have it. Now let's check off the 50%. Alaskan berries is pretty good. Don't need more. Butter SSA, buttercream. Don't really like it. Don't really like it. Comforte flavor toner. Great flavor cap. Mango mousse, nutmeg. What? Red vanilla soda. Some alcoholic. Yum berry. But don't I have a large amount? Yeah, I have plenty from when Wizard Labs closed down. Make sure I don't need anything else new. I don't think I'm gonna. After I tried the Marciano, I don't think it'll be good, but who knows? Pumpkin spice for should be all right with that. What? Capsicum. Ginger flavor west. Huh. Okay, 4.5. 4.5. Let's read some notes. Smells and tastes like real ginger. Also clouds when don't care about it. But when mixing. Smells 100 like old Jamaican gingerbread beer. A fresh ginger flavor. Tastes more like a ginger beer. What a great accent. Flavor spice. Totally ginger. A lovely ginger flavor. This is like almost chewing. Can we completely take over a mix? Okay. Okay. What? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Bro, I'm not ordering more. I just want 10. Alright, well, we ain't getting that. Ooh, but we is giving that. Yeah. Lavender flavor list, is that good? Can I spell lavender? Lavender? That's how you spell it. 3 stars. Doesn't look too good. Come on. What's chat saying while this loads? Notes. Standalone. Blueberry lemon tea. Okay, no ratings. Or no. Yeah, that's what Frank said, so I'm not getting the naturals. Plus, they're more expensive. Alright, so I don't think I need that one. From the Grim Extra. Is this Namate? Right? This is Namate, right? Or Nemo, Tammy, whatever. Oh, wait, what? Excuse me? Oh, 36 pack. That's what? 4 ounce, 5 pack, 16 ounce. Okay. Contains stevia. No. Flammable. No. That's Neo Tammy. What do I do with lavender? Add vanilla. Yeah, add vanilla and it's delicious. Whoops, did not mean to click that. Get out of here. Let me see. I think it's on EOR. Get out of here, Zoom. No, not my flavor stash. I always click the wrong thing on this thing. Stop. Boom. Lavender. No recipes. Is it ATF? Mixers. Dang it. They're gonna make. Am I not spelling his name right? Koppel does it. Let me go to here. Just go here. Lavender. Where, oh where are you, Koppel? Opo. Cable. Where, oh where are you? Did he delete his profile? Let's go way back. No. He would be here by now. There he is. What was the recipe? Parma violet. That's a vanilla violet. What was the one I liked? Mango Bergarde. That has violet. But this is so good. I gotta mix this up again. But yeah, you add vanilla and kind of do your own thing. Can someone tell me if this is Neotame? No, if this is basically this jump over to give myself. I'm just trying something with everyone. Yeah, mint goes well with yeah. I had good lavender before I was surprised because some. Yeah, you think you won't like lavender or violet, but it transcends very well. Well, they're florals. Maybe we should do a floral episode. Here's lavender with VSO. You can add it to a cake. There's tons of stuff you can do with it. What? I wish there was vape on here. That would be so cool. Neotame. Has anyone tried new extra instead of sucrose? Okay, so this is the one I need. So let's go with the 30. What else? We're right here. Oh yeah, which strawberry from Cap did I need? I think it's jam. Yeah, the shisha. Yeah, it's kind of like rose but purple. Right here. Google, what does lavender taste like? That's not how you spell lavender. Lavender is floral and sweet with hints of mint and rosemary. I don't get much mint, but definitely I could see like light rosemary. And then let's do violet. Get rid of that R. Violet is mildly sweet and floral, similar to the taste of Parma violets. Yeah, they're also good with teas. Teas is the most common. Duh. Let's see. Fairly sweet was the young leaves. Lavender taste of lavenders, violet taste of violets. The difference is not unlike that between apples and peaches. What flavors go with violet? No, that doesn't really give us. Quite mild in fragrance. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's where we're good on that. So I'll order later. I'm curious for extra sweet to see how it does in the pods because it's mostly in those dispos, and those dispos do fairly well, you know. So I'm just kind of curious to see how it will go in pods and just see if I could use less, you know. But yeah, very curious. We will see though. I'm gonna start wrapping it up though. Relax the rest of the night. Get near the 2-hour mark. Yeah, let's see. So the average use is 1 point what? So it's not. So it's like more. It's not as potent. Linda used what? Linda used it. She used it at 0.5, which makes sense. Recipes, please. The war purple drink. That sounds something like I would. Oh, oh, I like this. Except, what the heck? We can't mix it. I don't have grape candy TPA. I don't have this. I feel like I would. How many flavors am I up to allegedly? Because this isn't accurate. Because I have to add so many flavors. 1548. It's gone down because I was at 16. I know I have more than that. Oh, that's scary. Let me make sure my cart's saved. View cart. Hey. I don't think I need the lavender. The extra sweet. Let's change it to a 10. Just in case I don't like it. Okay, maybe not. Okay, we did. We'll have to do horchata though. I wish I could get more horchatas. I bet you this is where they're gonna be. Yep. Horchata triple O. Let's go check. Horchata. Triple O ain't even on. Oh god. You know I gotta get this one then. One public recipe. No reviews. Well, exit that. I'll get that later. Flavor West. I hate this because one time I was like, the DIY apprentice. What the heck's that? That's just TPA. That looks green. That looks green too. So this one I could get is LA on here? LA, oh god. See, this is how I do it. I see that and I'm like, color vitamins. 1 month steep? Nah, I don't. I'm sorry, bro. You waited 1 month to try something. That's fucking gone. The horchata. I mean, Flavor West, I'm curious too. It's got a shitty review too. Damn, they all suck. What the fuck? Best one is Horchata Smooth and Cap, and then Favora. Where the hell you get horchata for? I said Florida. Horchata, not hort. Horchata, Favora. I don't know where you could source that. And you can't buy off their website anymore, right? Hold the front door. Hold the front. What? Hold on. Is this the same company? I thought that company went under long ago. But at the same time, if I could take like just the mix and add it in the water, that would be so dope. I don't know. Oh, and it's from Mexico? But then Tang ain't from Mexico. Tastes horrible now. Try Splenda horchata for a better. Hold on, there's more. There's more. Like mix. You can just. Oh, these are good. I mean, for what they are, you know. Like, get out. Get. How do I get? Oh, you get 6 of them. Okay. But this is a pack of 1. These ones are decent too. See, like if I see this, I'm more intrigued to that than this, because I bet you that's good. This one's good. I remember this one. I think that's the one. Wow. I know these are good because I've had them. But it would be nice to just pour and drink. But where the hell? I guess we just can't get horchata. Oh. We can get it from Canada. What is with that font? 3. Oh my god. 30 mils, 10. Wait. Yeah. What? DIY is launching soon. To complete your order. Isn't that where I was? Oh, the front door. What'd you say? 15% off. That covers shipping. Oh, they got the assortment pack still. $10 ml is 8. 30 milliliter is $15. What did I just see? I just saw a 10 milliliter for $3.95. Where was I? DIYflavors.com is launching soon. To complete your order, please visit our contact. Well, why is it cheaper over here? And I can't order it here? You're making it difficult on me, bro. Let's see what... Okay, let me type. Pumpkin? Let me see what pumpkin you got here. Let me check chat before. Holy crap. I missed a lot. What are y'all talking about? Never made, but there's so many taco trucks. I've only made it like the powder mix, or like you just heat it up, you know. It's not as good as like the homemade ones, but I go to a Cafe Rio, which is like a different version of Chipotle or Chipotle. Excuse me. And they have horchata, which is pretty good. I like them when they're, you know, homemade. They're so good. Oh, there's real flavors. Select base. What? What am I supposed to pick? Well, PG attaches the flavor. Well, wait, what the heck did I just click on? Dang, 30 is $2.95. Give me. There ain't no way they have eggnog. Let's just search egg. Egg yolk. Eggnog. TPA. Or real flavor. I don't remember if there was an eggnog episode. There was. Barry's Finest has one. Triple O for egg. Oh no. Real flavors. Not here. Stop showing me stuff. I don't want LA. And this is probably like $50 for 3. Alright. Well, it's getting late. Poquito. Yeah, I love all that. All those South American drinks. Even their like champagne soda, their version of cream soda, so good. And the Brazilian lemonade, can't go wrong. So, what I will do is make a poll first, real quick. You just pick color. Okay? You just pick, quick. Okay? Just pick. I ain't worried about shipping times. I'm worried about that price. Oh yeah, what was the discount? Yeah, it's funny that the new website is more expensive. Let's see if that works here. Hey, cool. That'd be fun. I don't think that did. Yeah. And select, but why is it so much more expensive here? Is real flavors expensive over here too? Yeah. What? So they added a sale, but they just made it more expensive. That's crazy. That's crazy. They Amazoned us. They Amazon y'all. Canada. I'm just trying to see the shipping on this joint. I bet you it's more expensive than what? Oh yeah, they ain't giving quotes yet. Yeah, it won't let me order. But without a doubt, I prefer that price. It is what it is. Alright. That's done. So, no, I can't. If you look at their new website, they're overpriced. And then the website that was cheaper, you can't ship. And hell yeah, Fitty, I order a shit ton of flavors, man. You can't. The only way I'm capable of that is by fine-tuning everything. Making sure to filter out everything. And that's why I consistently had the most flavors. I mean, I have enough flavors where I'm doing a damn show, which is ridiculous. I should do I mean, there's really nothing to it. How I do it is you have this set amount of money per month to use, and if you don't, you don't. And I tend to not use it that much now because I don't have to. Oh yeah, let me show y'all what I use my 50 for. So that X roast that I was just using, yeah, I call it X roast. I ain't calling it cross. I ended up getting, I saw that some of the X roasts were being kind of filtered out, like the original Nano, and it seems like the threes are even being pushed out. And I noticed some deterioration on my Nano 3, which is my favorite. I don't mind the sticks, but the sticks have the button, which I don't like, and you can't turn off the button. So I didn't need many flavors last month, so I ended up getting the new one, which is pretty cool. I like it. It's just a little too heavy and it's new, so I kind of don't want to take it out, you know, kind of just keep it home. But I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. I mean, how I do it is just simply by, I wait until I need some and then I order. Like the Wonder flavors, I'm gonna wait until I need some and then I'll order them. But if I don't need anything, I can wait. And the reason why I wait is more reviews come out, more opinions come out. Chats start talking about, oh my gosh, have you had this new flavor, SSA papaya? It's so damn good. Here's a mix I made with it. It's so tasty. And that happens. And that happens more and more or less and less as the months go on. But no matter what, if it happens more and more or less, there's more and more and more opinions on it. And regardless of what people want to say, tends to be a general group opinion on flavors. Very rarely is flavors like 50-50, and sometimes they are, you know. But most of the time, we all get a general consensus. Can't speak English. We all get either we like it or we don't. We kind of group up on things, and it tends to be 60 to 80% agree. Very rarely is there like a super sweet where everyone's just like, yeah, this is 90% of people are like, yeah, this is it. The new Wonder flavors release, I'm like semi excited. There's a couple that I'm excited for. The only one that I'm familiar with is the strawberry guava, which is fantastic. I can't remember if I had the other ones. I don't give a shit. I'll look. You. Where are they? Oh, I saw them. No, that's not it. Was before that. The list of Wonder flavors. I pulled it up earlier. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out which ones I beta. Why aren't you popping up? Oh, that's why. Man. Bruh. Why you gotta do that? No. Alright, so then I have to do this where I transform it, fit the screen. Then I can make it reverse size out. Or not. Weird how I was doing it. Oh. Okay, it's being annoying. Doot. Yeah, those are the flavors. Make it even bigger. Can't get it bigger. I'm excited for them. A list of must-have flavors. We could go over that real quick and then I'll go to bed. But what I use the most, how do I get there? Oh, everything's big now. Why is it doing that? Ba 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 ba. Fit the screen. It's supposed to get bigger. Transform, stretch the string. There we go. Yeah, Denoted did a top thing, and I can just tell you what it is now because I go here, and then I go to flavor stats on mine. Oh, I have 137. Wow. And then you go to most recipes. So I'm gonna try to give you the musts without being biased, but shisha, strawberry, and pineapple anywhere, those are really good. Mango favora, that's really good. Banana custard, really good. Cream, sweet guava, really good. Ultimate strawberry premium. Now the weird ones are gonna be like guanabana and cactus, yellow passion, Thai, dragon fruit, mangoes. Like these are what I tend to use, which is tropics. And when I use desserts, I like creams, vanillas, very light stuff. Very Kim Nevadic is awesome. But as you can tell, like these two right here are the big dogs. Well, these 5, I use guanabana. I use ridiculous amount. But those are my top. If you go here to YouTube and Denoted DX, Noted DXDRY or die. Yeah, you go watch this video when you have the time. Pretty sure Linda did the timestamps for it. So we did the best and the worst. So, you know, these are the best. These are the worst. Back to the best. Why did we do that? Okay. And then back to the best. These are the best of the best. So you can see my like mark on there with what I like. But those are videos you can watch. Another way is, you know, go to EOR, flavor list. That was a mistake. And you just go to any flavor and read the notes, most commonly mixed with, the ratings, if there's flavors that have been mixed. You can do the same thing at ATF. They don't have as much reviews, as well as BCF. You know, you go to a concentrated flavor, Go to a new arrival. These are, let me zoom out. So let's go to like page 5 where there's probably reviews, and boom, you have a review on Flavor West Pomelo. You go read the review. Linda did it. So same thing at Noms, same thing at DIY, same thing at Jungle Flavors, same thing at DIY again. You can also go to Discord, or another way is search Favora Guana. Alright, now that's easier because it's a very niche name, but you can go through here and then like search Reddit. Boom, click on this. You know, now you have a random person who, no, you don't have a random person. You have one of the greatest reviewers ever, Concrete River, doing a review on it, and then people talking about it. And you can also do, let's see if e-liquid recipes forum, let's see if that will actually work. Boom, there you go. Favora based recipes, you know, more results. You can find things, more information, and that's basically how I do it before I purchase any item. I tend to use EOR the most, just because I really like that. Like if we go to like cinnamon Danish swirl, like an older flavor, right? What's really cool about this is if you're lucky, a lot of times the notes in here, they'll have like the date that they took them. But if not, what I really like about this is you're getting years of reviews. So like people that were using it way too high, let's just say, I know that like this one, 15%, that's probably way too high. You know, you get a general or more of a greater review on it, and you can see hundreds, sometimes even more reviews of it. And then you just got to look for someone you trust, you know, like eventually there's going to be someone here that I know, or that someone that I have the same palette. You know, we could easily search, and let's see if Linda posted. Boom, there's Linda's notes, you know. Let's see a session. Let's see, what's that girl's name? Lane, I can't remember her name. She always posted stuff. But you know what I mean? You can search and then find your exact mixer that you like, or you can just read all this information. Some people repost the same other people's notes, but I mean, look at this. We're still going. And this is just a random flavor I thought of that's old school, you know. That's not even like, you know, the Rand's candy, whatever, that original one in the first mix we've ever found. But I mean, look at the endless. I mean, some are worthless, of course, but if you read all this, you're gonna get overload of information and endless amount of information to make a decision for yourself, as well as you see off notes that may make you decide not to. And look, it just keeps going and going. Some people post recipes, you know, like how it works, like, oh, it works here, you know, it you can find it. Now, of course, if you do, let's do a more rare flavor. If you do like Euro flavors cherimoya, you're probably not going to get, but you do have recipes that you can. I feel like I've remixed this before. It sounds familiar. Or you can see what it's mixed with the most, even though this is pretty much people mixing that guy's recipe. You can still get a general conception on it. Is it It's not conception. General He says? Huh. I'm having a brain fart. I'm getting tired. Eyes twitching. Let me see what chat's talking, and then I'm heading out. Can't see. Banana custard, I'm just excited for because I like banana custard. Let me see. Alright, so I posted, I think they do a good, that's a caramel buzz weed. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of fails, Neil. You know, I don't like a ton of flavors. I had the most flavors, but then I also had, I think, the second lowest ratings. And that's just me being nice. I usually, you know, would love to hand out zeros, but you know, I know and understand there's some for everyone. You're gonna have a lot of, sadly, you're gonna have a lot of times where everything lines up perfectly and everything's telling you you should get this flavor, and everything logically was telling you you should get this flavor, and everything logically is telling you this flavor should be awesome to your palate, yada yada, it should be okay, and then it tastes like crap to you. That's gonna happen. It's inevitable, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it. There is steps that you can do to try to prevent it from happening as much as possible, but it's gonna happen, sadly. That's why I think conservative ordering is the way to go, to slowly give these flavors a chance, and then also build upon more knowledge and research before purchasing them. At my beginning days, I used to just purchase crazy, which was stupid, you know, the first couple months. But then once you fine tune it, you end up taking a long time to put a cart together, and you usually do it only during sales, which I really recommend. Yeah, single flavor test is just the general first thought, first opinion. I tend to take it not with a grain of salt, but I listen to it. If I rate it, you know, in my head just as it's good or okay, then I'll still mix with it every now and then, you know, see how it does. Maybe it's better in a mix. If it's terrible, like awful, there's no hope, then I won't, which is, you know, I wouldn't say rare, but most crappy flavors that you quote unquote don't like, you could mix something good with it. There's very few flavors that are just putrid and that you have to re-wick, or it's just impossible to work with. I think the last one that I had was grape candy FA. Was it grape candy? Whatever the new one from FA for grape was. And that just had a BO odor, which I don't think you could work with. But always give a flavor a chance, you know. I would say single flavor, one or two single flavor tests with one recipe minimum before you make a decision, you know. Yeah, in the beginning I did a lot of 2 and 3 flavor bangers just to see how flavors would react to each other. But then it takes time. Once you get to where I am, or where I feel I am, you know, people make fun of me because I use the same flavors all the time, but I mix stuff that I like. I don't hate vape. So, you know, take your time with everything and learn your palate, most importantly. You can learn your palate in relation to other mixers and find a mixer that matches your palate, but no one's going to match your palate 100%. The closest one I found was ID10T, and even then, there's certain ones he loves and certain ones I don't, and certain ones I love and he doesn't. Like Barry's Finest Pumpkin was number 6 for him, and it was number 1 for me, but we're not far off. But you can't always get 100%. So it's best to find out your palate, figure out your palate. That's the main thing. And then figure out flavors that you just know what they're gonna do. Like I know my top 10 like the back of my hand. Like I know how to mix with them and I'm gonna like it no matter what. There's no way this is gonna fail. And once you find those flavors for your palate, it's very you feel some pride from it because you know what to do now. Most of the beginning of DIY and the hardest part of DIY is figuring that out, because if you don't and you just kind of go into a blind, you're not going to make as many good mixes. But I can take flavors that I've learned to know so well and add it to a 5 flavor mix where there's other flavors in it that I don't know as well, and I can learn off of that as well as work mixes. But at the same time, I know it's going to be good because I know at least one part is solidified, and from there I can kind of build upon it. Just figure out your thought process, your palate, be selfish with it, I think is how I figure it out. I love papaya. No, single flavor does a lot more than that. It tells you if there's abundance of sweetness in it, if it has juiciness, if it has top, bottom notes, body. It tells you if all the off notes, if it's authentic. There's a lot more to it, potency, how it dissipates from the palate, or if it lingers on the palate, if it's dense, if it's light. You learn a lot from single flavor tests, but you don't learn how to mix. You don't learn how it mixes. So you've learned a small part of it. You've learned the first step, but essentially a single flavor test is a pawn and the recipe is the queen. And you need to figure out how to turn these pawns into queens. Someone quit that. That was pretty smart. I think it made sense. Nah, I know. I'm just saying, in my opinion, Fiddy. I'm just trying to not be quiet. You know what I mean? But that's what I feel. I feel like singing. It's a part, but I think it's a major part. I don't think it's life or death though. I love just immediately smelling a flavor and mixing with it and just seeing what happens. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love the steep, but the steep of a recipe and like seeing what pineapple coconut FA did in a steep, stuff like that is dire, like I made a good mix for 10 days, so like when you want to make a mix that can last till it's on the shelf for a year, you know what I mean? That's the thought process. You need to make it as good as something that can be commercial essentially in its longevity, not necessarily its quality, but its longevity. And so when you don't do that, it's kind of like I also like to drink a drip steeped single flavor test together to see how they work. I've done that before. Yeah, I get what you're saying though, Fiddy. I think Fiddy is kind of, underlining it a little bit, but at the same time he is right. It is just one part of the game. And it's step one, but there's a lot of steps to it to, fully know the flavor. A failed recipe, a successful recipe, over percentage, under percentage, what is friendly with, what it does. Now, the biggest one that, and Fiddy's gonna agree with this, a single flavor test never tells you if that flavor's a bully, no matter what you think. You might think it's a bully and then it's not. You might think it's not a bully and then it is, or whatever, vice versa. That is the hardest part to get from a single flavor test, because you can't. And that is a very important part, because you go to mix it with 18 flavors and then all you taste is it, Another good way to, especially when you don't know what to mix, smell your flavors. A lot of these flavors smell similar in certain ways, whether sweetness, color, brightness, darkness, yada yada yada. And so you can kind of, right, papaya, strawberry, dragon fruit, papaya, strawberry, mango, you can kind of slowly figure out what goes with it, and then you're like, oh, this would go with the pineapple. Then you start smelling all your pineapples, which one will go with this. That one's always fun. It takes a long time though, which I hate. Yeah, I mean, step one is it good or not? The problem with the review shows is you can't, it would be nice if like you had the same 52 shows and then the next year you did it again, where you have a whole year of mixing with that flavor to give it a full, thorough review. But unfortunately, it's just, if people want that, then you have to have patience, because it's gonna take a while to get those new releases out and the information. It's just, the thing about flavors is there's so much to it that you really can't get through it on a show or in a paragraph. Like, if you really wanted to get into a flavor, you would have to like go over it multiple times for months or years and learn all the ins and outs, and it just takes too long. Single flavor test is ripping off a band-aid just quick. But I think in general, at least for my palate, I get enough information where next step is mix, and then how it does in a mix, and then that is the mix, the recipe off of the initial single flavor test and you liking it. The initial recipe determines, or the initial couple recipes determines if it's a good flavor or not. But then again, at the end of the day, you just never know until you mix with it, It's just, I think single flavor test gives the instant satisfaction that people want, and they just want to know, what am I supposed to get out of this, or what is expected to get out of this? Boom, okay, yes or no. And then I think it's up to the purchaser or consumer, whatever you want to call, to make something out of it. Do their own single flavor test and then do recipes. But I would love to have as much thorough, extensive information out there. But at the end of the day, it's purely supposed to be just information and entertainment. And that's why I always put focus on do your research. Don't take just my opinion into the equation, just because I don't want people to ever get upset that I said a flavor was good and they didn't like it. I want people to have as much doubt to purchase that flavor, as I did. And I want them to make that decision through their research kind of deal. It's, I don't know. I hope I'm being helpful. I don't know. I really don't know. I often wonder why. Like, I know why I continued this show. Because, like, it's essentially an investment that I made with all the flavors I bought. But then it's like, I see the views and it's like, I just can't compete with these big dogs. And then it's like, am I really helping people? I don't know. I just like chatting with people and Getting my thoughts out. Especially on flavors I like. Oh. For me, picking flavors ain't as hard as the financial burden. Like, if you, like, I just was like a kid in a candy store. It's like I could never get enough flavors. I helped you with one flavor, Fairy's Finest. But the problem with that is I'm telling people my number one is Fairy's Finest, aka one of the hardest to source pumpkins, you know? Which I feel bad about, but man, when I first single flavor tested it, Fitty, man, oh man, I was like, is this it? And then I mixed with it, I was like, it's doing what I want. It's not perfect, you know, but man, oh man. Well, that's good. Yeah, that my favorite thing about a single flavor test is the thought provoking just inhalation is just insane. Like pineapple coconut, I was like pina colada. Like I knew probably that's what it was gonna be, but it could have been a pineapple upside down cake. I don't know. It could have been completely off. It could have been a terrible sunscreen coconut. But I was like, bro, for my palate, I was like, this is a pina colada just begging to happen. It's almost a pina colada base, you know, just missing that creaminess or additional cream. And I was like, bro, that's the best part of single flavor testing. When you get like an SSA papaya, you get an FA pineapple coconut, and then you try, you know you like pineapple, you know you like coconut, you know you like papaya or whatever. So that's not under question. And then you try it, and you're like, that's what I wanted. You know, even if it's not, I don't know what you want when you want a pineapple coconut, but it's like, ooh, this is good. I know exactly what to do with this. Is exactly what I thought I wanted to do with this. Like I started pineapple coconut and I said pina colada. I was like, I hope it's right. You know, the papaya had no thought. I was like, oh, this is just gonna be meh, or I thought it was gonna be too floral. You get that single flavor test and you're like, this is around the ballpark, because nothing is ever exactly where you want it, but you're like, this is in the field where I need it to be. And then you mix with it, and then it does what it did in the single flavor, or it does what you wanted it to do in the mix, and you're just, that is just the best feeling. And it doesn't happen often, sadly, because on average, you're not going to get that much excitement. You're just going to be like, okay, that's good. All right, I could do this, or that's not good, whatever. I'll put that to the side, maybe a rainy day, But then very rarely, I would say once every 25, 50 flavors, you get one, probably even more. You get one that just instantly you're like, I got to do something with this. And then you do something with it. Oh, it's good. Yeah. I don't care if we have 50 of the same flavors. That's just more weapons, more source ability, which is what I like. And then reach out to me. I had a family emergency last week, so we're kind of in the same boat, but I ain't gonna talk about stuff. At least not on the air. Like when my father passed, I didn't mention that shit. I just don't. I don't know. My shield is bigger than my sword. That's how I view it. It's always been that way. I don't mind attention on me, but I don't want get your pity away from me. I don't know. It feels weird. Yeah, man. It's just as you get older, it's just like you can't avoid it, which is just like you knew it all your life, but it's like fuck off, man. I don't wanna deal with it. But at the same time, what I love about it is you have the opportunity, and you need the 4 people listening, you have the opportunity to be a permanent fixture, a permanent memory, and a positive memory in the final minutes, months, years, whatever of a person's life. And that's what you got to do. And you got to be there. I'm there 7 days a week. I'm at my job, which is the same location, for 12 to 14 hours a day. And it sucks, but you know you're doing what's right. And that regardless of what happens, you know that person's going to remember that. And you know, whatever happens, we ain't going to get into politics. I'm a Christian. That's what it is. Suck it. I don't care. But the afterlife, I don't think they'll forget that. I don't think they'll forget that. And I think, to me, that is the epitome of life, is the people that do stuff for you. The end of your life, when essentially your life is worthless. The people that do what they need to do to get you to live longer, to get you in comfort, to get you in peace. That is the life. That is the epitome of life. That is what you're supposed to do. And I think that makes up for a lot of wrongs that you did. Because no relationship's perfect, unfortunately. I think when it's dire moments and the time and you step up, that's what you need to do, you know? Sorry we got deep. I'm okay, Fitty. No offense to anyone. I ain't ever gonna hit anyone up about emotional stuff. It's just, you know, I don't know. Come from a very vocal family that's also tough, and not saying we didn't talk about it, but I don't know, I just don't. As I said, my shield's bigger than my sword, and I kind of fight my battles alone. Just because I don't want to burden people with my misery or whatever. I'd rather just deal with it and keep it rocking. Yeah, I saw my grandma and my dad hours before they passed. Last words to both of them were "I love you." I didn't get to hear my dad talk, but the last words from my grandma were "I love you." She kissed me. Fortunately, I had to ID my grandma. Unfortunately, I had to ID my grandma. My dad, I didn't, because he passed away in the hospital. So no IDing needed to happen. But I got to see him the night before. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, everyone mourns, everyone handles it differently. And I don't judge, don't look down upon people and how they mourn, unless it's pathetic. If you're mourning about your cat from 37 years ago, like, Come on, you bought the car knowing it's gonna only run to 300,000 miles. Like, you know, when you get a pet, you're 10, maybe 20 years kind of deal, or you get a car or something. You know, I don't know, but human life, all right. You know, everyone mourns their own way, and nothing's wrong with that. I just view it as, especially at least with my family, if I was sitting around like, oh my god, I miss my dad, my grandpa, you know, blah blah, they would want to smack the shit out of me and be like, go live your life, go be happy. I'm pretty sure. And some of them wouldn't want the attention. Like my grandpa, he didn't, or my grandma, she was very vocal and all that, but she, fuck out of here, I'm done, see y'all, you know. I'm kind of the same way, just burn me to a crisp, like some well done bacon, throw me in a box, I don't care, just make sure I'm burnt so I don't zombify, and just chuck me anywhere, I don't care, spend the least amount of money, put me around your neck like Angelina Jolie or some crap, I don't really care, it's just how I am. But what I would hate is to see people sad. I would be shocked. Well, now if I died right now, I'd understand why people would be sad. But when I'm old, I don't know who's gonna be there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about it, man. A lot of people find therapy within these videos. And there's timestamps, man. Ain't no one gonna watch this. If you're watching at this point, 2 hours and 42 minutes in, like it's a Batman movie, post in chat emoji of a taco, a thumbs up, and any animal of your choice. So a taco, a thumbs up, and any animal you like if you're watching at this point. And you'll see maybe one person, and that person is probably in like 6 months, and they fell asleep and woke up. Nothing wrong with you, Fitty. Completely normal. Especially for a man and his mom, you know what I mean? That's a big bond. I'm gonna feel it when my mom goes. For a second there, I thought I was gonna go first. I had, well, apparently I'm healthy as an ox. Like from head to toe, veins, heart, lungs, all that. But I had heart failure. And like, they said, if you feel any chest pains whatsoever, you need to go to the hospital. I felt chest pains the entire time. I was like, oh, that's a new one. I'm like, oh, I'm dying. And then I don't know what happened, but I didn't die. No, you can't post it right now, Funky. And you don't count. Neither of you count. You've been here most of the time. I'm talking about the replay people. My replay from Mars. What are we gonna call replay people? What is a replay in relation to an alien or space? I don't know. Replay crew is overused. But crew replay, I don't know. I put my... Damn. Yeah, you gotta take care of them. Yeah, make sure you guys have like their stuff lined up when you get to around that age to when to pull the cord. Don't let your family have to make that decision. Because even if they know, it's a very hard decision. Make sure before you say, hey, in this circumstance where I can't walk, pull the cord, or I can't eat, pull the cord, you know. I can't eat tacos, shoot me in the head, you know, something like that, you know. But if you can, you know, life comes on you quick, but I gotta do that too. Yeah, I took care of my dad most of my life, man. It toughens you up. Man, oh man. Rerun. Beam ups. Alien abductors. I don't know. This one was quite popular. We had 57 people come today. Or views, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me. Is I had this health issue and I still have it going on. Then something happened with my family and it's just like, well, I ain't gonna die. I have to figure this out and put it on pause. Luckily, you know, my heart, I don't think is failing anymore. Although my left foot, something's wrong. My knees are better. I can like stand and sit up better. My right foot is completely better. It doesn't really even hurt. But my left, something's wrong with it. I've always thought it was fractured. But I know I'm just crazy. I thought both were fractured. But I think the left is fractured, and with my low iron and sudden dehydration for a weekend, I think that blew up my ankles. But definitely something wrong in the left one, because it feels like it always needs it in place. I'm gonna get off soon. I know I said that an hour ago, but I gotta pee. Yeah, a lot of people, gluten solves a lot of stuff. But you never know. I still eat gluten. I've figured out like coffee dehydrates me, so I can't have it daily. Drink more water. No, they did all the tests. They shot me in both arms. The only thing they could find out is, so next what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to inflammation doctor. I can't remember what the name of them are. Educated people will. But an inflammation doctor, because they're trying to figure out why my heart got inflamed and why it failed. They also think I might have had a heart attack, but they don't know because I'm crazy. Like, my pain threshold is ridiculous. I had 2 swollen ankles and 2 failing knees that couldn't stand. Like, I can't sit. At the time, I couldn't sit down and stand up. I would have to grab something to lift me up because my knees didn't have the strength, the muscle around it, the strength to pick me up. And I ain't that big, you know. I'm like 170 with wet clothes. And then they made me do a stress test where I run, and they couldn't get my heart rate up. So it took like 30-40 minutes to get my heart rate up. And finally at the end, I'm just running full speed. Apparently, I am like the same levels as military, police officers, firemen, all that. That's fantastic. But then my knees started swelling up. And then they're like, does it hurt here? Does it hurt here? And I'm like, no, it just feels weird. Honestly, it kind of feels good. You know, it's like you're moving my ankle in ways I can't. And then they'll touch certain parts and I'll be like, yes, that does hurt. But I don't know. I don't scream or anything. I make sounds though. I you know, stuff like that. But low iron is what they found. So I took iron pills now. And then I increased my iron foods. So like spinach, carrots, stuff like that. And then I increased my protein. So I'm trying to eat more chicken, more beef, less pork. And I feel better, except there's something wrong with my left foot. So yeah, and maybe my heart, but they did all these tests on my heart, and apparently my heart's in perfect, that's what they said, quote, perfect condition, and that my body is in perfect condition internally, like my arteries, my blood flow, my heart pumping, and yada yada, all that's good. Like, that's great. Now we have no clue what's wrong with me, I hate going to the doctor, but I mean, I don't mind, cause like honestly, at one point the pain just kept getting worse and worse. Now it's kind of gone down, but it still hurts. I have a high pain tolerance, but I still feel it. Yeah, that's what I was worrying about, but they checked more and more, and nothing wrong. I mean, right now, the heart failure and the inflamed stuff, I think that's associated with anxiety. And obviously it ain't killing me. But the left foot thing, I don't know what that is. It was both feet. Now it's just the left foot. But we gotta get that figured out. But I know one thing. I ain't dying yet. I got about 20 years left. I think 50s, 60s is when I'm gonna go. I don't know why. Just always felt like that. Pretty sure I'm right. So I'm kind of like at that spot where it's like, well, my family needs me and I ain't dying. Dude, if I have a heart attack and I had a heart failure, I fainted, and I was aware I was fainting, so I laid down before I fainted. Like, I don't know, man. I always call myself an alien for that, for a fucking reason. I don't get stressed, but I always had anxiety my whole life. I had the anxiety where you couldn't even leave the house. Every time I would leave the house for 2 years, I'd start to get sick. Like I was gonna throw up. It was terrible. I could do it, but it was so painful. Stomach pains, heart going crazy. And now I got a hold of it. I have anxiety a lot still. But once I get comfortable with my day-to-day, it's much easier. I still get anxiety before big trips or like the night before a doctor or anything like that, but I always thought the thing that would take me down is my heart. So then to hear them say, you're that old, and like basically tell me you're perfectly healthy. Meanwhile, I don't work out. I eat whatever the hell I want. It's like, well, shit. I think my issue revolves around my teeth. I think I had an infection in the teeth, which led to the issues. But I also think the inflamed heart and occasional high blood pressure is my anxiety. The foot, I don't know. Once I started taking antibiotics and got rid of the infection or whatever was in my teeth, I still got to fix my teeth. But the pain in the chest started going away. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to die anytime soon. And I have a weird, very close, I'm very in touch with my body. Yes, I do that too, Neil. More for depression than anxiety. I don't know. I'm always depressed. The funny, fucking quirky dudes that are always smiling are the most depressed. What the hell just vibrated? Well, I gotta pee. Eat a little snack. And get down tonight. No. And then go to bed. Thank you for joining Pumpkin and Mental Health. Plumping a Pumpkin and Mental Health Day. I mean, it is what it is. And that's okay. And I like it that way. You know? It's best to talk, no matter what. And also, I like this show being about whatever it needs to be about. We talked about pumpkins. We talked about mental health. We talked about recipe development, your development as an individual. And that's what the show's about. Developing you in DIY or the real life, it don't matter. Yeah, I just hope this show is beneficial to you viewers, you whatevers, you aliens. What is relation to aliens? You Martians. I'll be the alien, and you can be the Martians. Hello. That's him, right? Hello. That guy, right? The Marvin? Hello. I think that's Jerry Seinfeld, but whatever. Yeah. So, I appreciate y'all. And I hope you benefit in some way. But y'all have a good week. I think what we're gonna do to get a good October vibe going is I think we're gonna do red and green apples and then finish up with cinnamon. I think, or if I can get them in time, we'll do eggnog and horchata, which I think would also be really good for Halloween. But next week, you guys, 2 people, who knows? We're going to do red, then green apples. So that'll be great. And then let me check. Will we have enough time to do cinnamon? No, we won't. It'll be the 2nd or the 3rd week. But I think ending the month with apples is good. That is the 2nd most popular thing for Halloween, so it makes sense. Yeah, Fiddy, that's what made it hard for me, because it's like, yeah, that's not heart failure. I didn't have a heart attack. That's just anxiety. I feel that all the time. And she's like, how long have you been feeling this? And I was like, well, like, since I was a kid, but then it got really bad around 2010. She's like, so you've been feeling this for a decade? And I was like, yeah, more. Yeah. And then the jaw just keeps going. I'm like, but I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm perfectly fine. I don't know. Remember, ignore whatever they tell you to eat and do and just do what you do. Anything can set it off. Anything can trigger. What triggered mine was I had an car accident. I wasn't driving, and we were in the middle of a bad neighborhood. And we were stuck for hours. About an hour away from home. So you're not near home. This is before Uber and all that. And ever since then, I think that's what started. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but that felt like a turning point where I was just like, yeah, I don't want to leave the house ever. Yeah, when you get into a wreck and then pull off the side of the highway and you're on an off ramp and then you see a gang fight, you're like, we need to get the hell out of here. I just walked there and got 2 sodas and there's a gang fight right now. It's like, we better fill coolant in this thing every 5 minutes. And that's what we did to get home. We had to pull over every 10 minutes and fill up the car with coolant. Gotta love Ford Windstars. Those things ran pretty well. Love y'all. Reach out to me if you ever need. I don't give a fuck. I'm here for you. And yeah, replay Martians. Remember, you have to comment taco emoji, thumbs up, and any animal that you like. It could be even a human, whatever you want. Any mammal, animal, don't matter. And that means you watched all the way through 3 hours, so you're crazy. Or you're really bored, so it is what it is. But you have a funky monk day. you fucking you damn fucking monk. Alright, that's enough before we get banned. Y'all have a great night, great rest of your weekend. Love y'all. See you next week for Red Apple, followed by the ending of October with the Green Apple. And that will give you all your needs to get ready for the holidays. And then we'll switch over to November and do turkey. Just kidding, we won't, but we'll do something that kind of is festive. Y'all have a great rest of your day and weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday. And don't forget to watch TMA. TMA is doing Sherry this weekend. Make sure to get your recipes in, hashtag TMA, and we'll showcase it and talk about it on the show Wednesday at 8:30 EST on this channel. So make sure you hit the bells, because YouTube ain't gonna like me. So like and subscribe if you haven't, or don't. I don't care. It'll make it easier to find me if you do. Anyways, good night, y'all. Replayings. Yeah, I mean, that's just hard for me to say, so that makes sense. Replayings. Repliance. I think repliance. Okay, we're gonna end the show before I have a malfunction. Anyways, good night, y'all. Love ya. That is a good one. Outro. Look at that. It's all fancy.